Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
5 U.S. military members have been killed in a plane crash. I'm going to read you now the latest from the Associated Press as we take a live look out in the Capitol building. Associated Press reporting that the 5 U.S. service people were killed when a military aircraft crashed over the eastern Mediterranean Sea during a training mission. That's what the U.S. European Command said today on Sunday. The aircraft crashed on Friday evening, and the European Command saying that all 5 crew members were killed when it went down, quote, during a routine air refueling mission as part of military training. Military initially first announced the crash on Saturday and said that the cause is under investigation, but there are no indications of any hostile activity involved. It said today that the, quote, search and rescue efforts began immediately, including nearby U.S. military aircraft and ships. President Biden did release a statement earlier today. I'm going to read that for you and place it here on your screen as we continue to track the latest developments in this case. It reads here as follows. Today, Jill and I mourn the loss of 5 American service members who died when their aircraft crashed in the Mediterranean Sea during a routine training mission. Our service members put their lives on the line for our country every day. They willingly take risks to keep the American people safe and secure, and their daily bravery and selflessness is an enduring testament to what is best in our nation. Jill and I are praying for the families and friends who have lost a precious loved one, a piece of their soul. Our entire nation shares their grief, and during this weekend, when we pause to honor our nation's veterans, we once more affirm the sacred obligation we bear to those who volunteer to serve our nation, as well as their families, caregivers, and survivors. We pray for the families of all our fallen warriors today and every day. A live look right now outside of Washington, D.C. in the
First of all, Biden didn't want that. He can't write something like that. And the White House staff didn't write this, okay? They had ChatGPT write that thing. So just tell ChatGPT, wrote this thing, and then he just wrote it, okay? Because that's what it is. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is Lavana, November the 20th, 2023. And it's currently 4:31 p.m. Eastern Time. You might watch this video later on in the future. I'm not quite sure when. It could be in December. It could be in November. I'm not quite sure. But we say great glory to the mighty one. Great praise, beloved. We are moving and we are seeing a lot of things happen concerning this thing over there. And I believe in the Middle East, so to speak. They had released the faces of the victim, I assume. Okay. 5 American military die accident helicopter. There we go. Those are the guys, I believe. Oh, let me put that right here. All right, those are the faces. Let's see the faces. Is that what that is? Which one is the best? Let's take this one.
5 American service members are dead after a helicopter crash near the island of Cyprus. It happened on Friday during an air and refueling mission in the eastern Mediterranean. Pentagon officials say
they are a helicopter. They could just land it. Well, it's a hostile territory, but they could land it a friendly place and refuel. But anyway,
the helicopter had a mishap during a training exercise. The cause of the crash is under investigation, but there are no indications of hostile activity. The helicopter was carrying Special Operations Forces. One of them, 34-year-old Chief Warrant Officer Shane M. Barnes, was from Sacramento. 34. They were deployed following the Hamas attack on Israel last month.
Hello, I'm Mark.
Really? They didn't show the guys. Ah, man, they really got us here. But anyway, let's see this one.
Tonight, the names, the images of the 5 elite soldiers.
Okay, let's the 5 elite soldiers. Let's I'll put the thing there. Okay, so beloved, as you can see from the videos that we had released years ago, and we've been telling those people, okay, well, you're not in the blessing anymore, and there are certain things that you can't do. It won't work. And the thing is, when you are under the curse, there's a difference. You're not in the blessing anymore. That means you don't have the blessing, okay? They lost that blessing a very long time ago. Now they have entered the curse. Now when you are in the curse, if the wind blow, you can die. You can have a hole punch in your head. A leaf fell off a tree and landed on you can kill you if you are under the curse. No matter what you do, no matter what you are trying to do, it won't work. It will go against you. All right? Now you got those 5 gentlemen right here. Mr. Stephen Dreyer, Shane Barnes, Tanner Grown, Andrew Southard, Cade Wolf. You got those 5 guys. They lost their life because of whatever conflict that they had over there, and they sent those guys for some exercise. They didn't even reach the battle. They didn't do anything. Both of them are no more. All 5 of them are no more. Well, of course, they're going to say, well, it's a mishap. We weren't there. We don't know what happened. It could have been an actual mishap. It could have been a mistake. However, we must bring about, beloved, the technology that those guys have is somewhat pretty much advanced. You don't have those helicopters that have all the latest gadget, the latest of the state-of-the-art technology installing them, and then suddenly something happened that caused the life of those gentlemen that serve the country and protect the interests of certain group of people, certain category of people, protect that interest over there in the Middle East or whatever they have over there. Okay? Then again, beloved, this is the result of the Holy One removing the Northern Army from our land. Those guys will never admit, hey, listen, you see what we did in Afghanistan 2-3 years ago when we fled the whole place? This is what we are doing now. We are taking our stuff off of this land because the lease is up and we can't stay over there, because if we stay, the sheriff is going to come there. Well, you're going to destroy us. So we have to get out of this land because it's not our land. We lie unto you. We told the church, well, the church told us, and the church told you that this land is yours. We told you in the music and the song and that pledge allegiance to the American, that this land is not ours. It belonged to the children that we had enslaved. Well, then, okay, fine. Let's go to Europe. Oh, hell no. You ain't going to go to Europe. Europe is not yours. Those people think they can go back to Europe. No, it's not yours, man. You guys don't belong in Europe over there. That's how you can't go over there. You cannot go over there. Well, where do you want us to go? Oh, we will go to Africa. Come on, man. Let's stop the joke now. We'll go to Australia. Really? Go to New Zealand. What about Iceland? What about Greenland? What about Scandinavia? You can't go nowhere. We will tell you where to go. There's only 2 places you can go. You can stay here, cleave unto us, or we will send you home where you belong. And you know very well where your home is. You just don't like going there. You know, some of you complaining it's just too hot there, 24 hours barbecue pit. You despise those little guy with the red suit, with the pitchfork in their hands and, little bat wings flying around and poking you, all those stuff. I don't like this place. Hey, man, well, if you don't like it, stay here, cleave unto us. Well, I don't want to cleave unto you, but then go home. Don't worry, we will send you home. Of course, brethren, we do know what happened here is nothing but the energy that is in the air. We call the ley line switch. And those people are no more. Then again, I have refrained from speaking from the ley line in China, because when you look at those 2 things, you're like, man, this is never going to stop. And people act like, well, whatever that you see in China, it's not real. It's not happening. And China going to take over and they're going to be the next new world order. They're going to be the next world superpower because nah. China will never ever be the world superpower. Why? Because they don't have the jewels of the mighty one in their hand. Why? Because they don't have enough population of our people over there in their hand that can pump up and work the economy for them. You see, they can work. The so-called Gentiles can work. They can bring their economy to like trillion or whatever. The moment we stop working, the entire world just collapse. Okay, now you got those 5 guys or no more because the energy change. If we change, we will cope. The weather change, the people change, the energy around the earth change, the animals, their behavior, everything change. So that's what happened. Let's keep on moving.
Soldiers killed during that nighttime mid-air refueling exercise, now released by the Pentagon. The 5 soldiers were aboard a special operations aviation helicopter in the Mediterranean Sea, the kind of helicopter which often flies the Army's Delta Force and the Navy's SEAL Team 6 to secret missions. Mid-air refueling is difficult in the best of circumstances. This was made far more challenging wearing night vision goggles. But it's not clear yet what went wrong. The soldiers based at Fort Campbell came from across America. Chief Warrant Officer Stephen Dwyer of Tennessee. Chief Warrant Officer Shane Barnes from Sacramento. Staff Sergeant Tanner Groen from New Hampshire. Sergeant Andrew Suthard, Arizona, and Sergeant Cade Wolf from Minnesota.
All of them young men. All of them young men, they are capable men, and then those men, well, they're not going to go home to their wives. Now, what do you want the women to do? The man is not in the house. Who's going to raise the children? Well, they're going to get other men? They're going to get military men? Is that what that is? Who's going to raise those children?
Forces were deployed to the eastern Mediterranean in case they were needed to evacuate Americans from Israel or elsewhere in the volatile region. Those 5 soldiers were among thousands of U.S. forces in the region as a deterrent. Martha Raddatz, ABC News.
Okay, so again, beloved, when you look at those guys, they are young men, young fighting men, young capable men. Okay, none of them are in their 40s. They haven't reached manhood yet. Those guys, none of them reached 40 yet. They didn't even reach 40. The oldest dude was 38, I believe, Stephen. And all the other guys, they were in their 20s and 30s. I mean, this dude, Cade, was 24. Okay? They are very young men, but they die. All right? And it's going all around this place, especially in America. All right? Those guys were lucky. They die in an accident, but not by the fentanyl overdose and meth, cocaine, and shooting all the tranquilizer for elephant. But anyway, so those dudes, they were lucky. Okay? If the plague did not take them out, if the drug plague didn't take them out, they would have just eat a 12 gauge because it happened. Those guys can't come back home and tell the people they did stuff over there. Okay? I mean, this dude is 24 years old. So in 2001, that dude was like, when the whole thing happened with he was 1 year old. He was a 1 year old baby boy. He doesn't know the grime that the veterans took over there in Iraq or whatever, that Afghanistan or whatever those places were. Okay? So this is a crazy thing going on over here. So we're going to keep on moving. Let's see what's going on around. And the mighty one is in the midst. Is that thing even recording? Is it recording? Yes, it is recording. So all right, let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay? Let me get rid of that. There you go.
This 39-year-old man is accused of sexually assaulting a child. Joshua Aha is facing 22 charges, including several counts of lewdness with a child and sexual assault against a child. According to documents obtained by our 8 News Now investigators, there are some very disturbing details in this case we are not going to recount on air. But
okay, Joshua Aha, which is 39 years old. So again, we really don't care about what this guy did and what they've been doing, because this is not news to us. At least if somebody, you've been watching us for at least a week, for at least a week. This shouldn't shock you. This shouldn't say, oh my God, how did this happen? Where was the mother? I was like, this is their nature. That's what that is. But what we see here is the name Joshua Aha. Of course, it's Aja, but Aya. Okay? Joshua, the mighty warrior that took up the land in the name Aya. Okay? He was 39 years old, 12 tribe, Joshua. That's the constant message, constant reminder that the Holy One say, I will not abandon you. I will give you back the land. And I will send corn, oil, grapes, wine, milk, and honey. Yes. While the entire world will starve to death and we will prosper. We are prospering. The Mighty One is blessing us because, the plague actually, you know what? Let's see if we can do something right here. Oops. Okay. We're not going to say anything, but well, okay. All right. So boy, they really make this thing very difficult for you to understand. Is that the US in the United States? 1.1 million deaths. Okay, we you can add at least a 0 or 2. It could be 100 million. In fact, I'm sensing it's somewhere 100 million. But let's give it the benefit of the doubt. They say 1 million. Okay, 1 million of them or no more. The 1 million, beloved. Okay, it's not like they're just 1 million. This is what they want you to believe, that the 1 million are just 1 million retirees, 1 million people that, if either they are 500,000 retirees or 500,000 people that are billionaires, millionaires, and then they didn't want to work, or those people were all unemployed, or they didn't have any excuse me, they didn't have any significant job title or significant job positions or work position or whatever that they want to say it and stuff like that. They were just randomly, it is like a 1 million fluff. Now you see 1 million. 1 million is a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people. All right. Of course, we know at least they took away a 0 or 2. I'm pretty sure they took 2 0 out of this. So that's why you see they are letting those migrants in here. That's why they are bringing them over here, because they don't have the workforces. And the people that could work, the young generation, they can't work. All right. They can't work. So that's what's going on. It's either, this is one of the example of the young generation. All right, let me show you.
Tripoli sharing the booking photos for 4 of the 8 teens charged in the deadly beating of a Rancho High student, Jonathan Lewis. The teens appearing in court Friday. The judge says all 4 will be tried together for murder. They are being held without bail. They are expected to be in court tomorrow. The other 4 suspects are in the juvenile court system, waiting to be certified to enter the adult court system.
All right, so and they had that white boy that went over there looking for some trouble, and then those guys gang up on him. They beat the spit out of him, and they kill him. Again, we know the 2/3 is expendable. Okay, the 2/3 really don't care. Like, I don't give a I don't give a I don't care. I don't care. Those guys really do not care. And you step on their territory, you did something stupid, things gonna happen to you. Okay, so, and that young white boy, he's no more. Just like the 24 years old and stuff like that. They are checking out very young. Okay, let's keep on moving, beloved. All right.
Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen. Another officer is in critical condition fighting.
The hell was going on?
An Austin police officer was killed overnight while responding to a hostage situation. Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen. Another officer is in critical condition fighting for their life. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager has the latest.
I'd like to state that this has been a very tragic day.
Early Saturday morning,
Okay, so then again, beloved, anytime things like that happen, it is just make sure you put some Negroes in the midst to explain everything. Now, back then, you didn't see this, okay? You did not see this. Back then, whenever there is a police, some kind of police press that used to be announced or be given to the public, you won't see that. But now, you gotta put one of those people over there, make sure they apologize for this. Okay.
It's been a very tragic day.
Early Saturday morning, an Austin police SWAT officer was shot and killed in the line of duty while trying to save two people who were being held hostage by a gunman inside a home. Austin PD identified the officer killed as Jorge Pastore, who began his career with the department in 2019. Austin police say a second officer was shot and is recovering from surgery in an Austin hospital. The two hostages inside the home were later pronounced dead, according to police. As of Saturday night, it's unknown their cause of death. Police say just before 3 a.m. Saturday morning, a 911 call came in from a woman at a South Austin home. She was screaming that someone was stabbing her and she needed help. Officers arrived and were informed that two other people were injured inside the home. A third victim, a woman who police say had been stabbed, escaped the home before officers arrived at the home. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. She was able to give police information about the suspect.
She said the suspect still had a knife, and she was subsequently transported at 3:03 a.m. by Travis County EMS to a local hospital.
Interim Police Chief Robin Henderson held
whoever shoot this, come on, man. You guys could have cleared the lens of this stuff. It's all fuzzy. It's not cold because the officer's not wearing, cold jackets and stuff like that. Come on, man.
a news conference Saturday afternoon. She said when officers made entry in an attempt to rescue the two victims, the suspects started shooting at police. Officers then retreated.
Because the suspect was armed and barricaded inside a residence and had two hostages, SWAT was called out to the scene.
APD SWAT officers forced entry for a second time. Again, they were met with gunfire from the suspect. SWAT officers returned fire. Interim Chief Henderson held back tears while detailing the moment two of her officers were shot.
At approximately
you gotta make this thing look real, man. You gotta make it look real, okay?
4:15 a.m. During the exchange of gunfire, information was provided over the radio that two officers were shot.
The two officers were rushed to the hospital. Officer Pastore did not survive. Police shot and killed the suspect. According to APD, multiple Austin police officers fired their weapons. Now Austin police are grieving one of their own. Pastore leaves behind his wife.
With this dude named Pastore, okay? Let's see what Pastore means. Is it pastor or pasture? Pastore. Oh, sorry. Well, what does the name Pastore mean? No, not Pastore. Well, it's anyway. Shepherd. Yeah, shepherd. Spiritual guide. Angel, okay? Italian, pastore, from pastore, shepherd, used as an occupational name, as a nickname in the sense of spiritual guide, and as early as the 11th century as a personal name, okay? Pastore. Is that what that is? Is that what the name is? Because those people, the news been doing funny stuff, funny business lately. So yeah, I believe it's pastorally, spiritual guide, your guardian angel.
Stepsons, his parents, and two sisters.
Well, pastor is a shepherd, a guardian, over the whole nation. We know what that is, okay?
The department said the last police officer shot and killed in the line of duty was in 2012, more than a decade ago. Interim Chief Henderson didn't take any questions Saturday. It's still unclear how the suspect and victims are related and what led up to the 911 call. Okay, let's see how they are related, if they have anything in there. 4 days ago, but that thing been there for at least a week. Is that what that is?
Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen.
Yeah, 8 days ago, because it'd been there for a while. So I've been quite busy. Let me see if they have any updates. Let's see if they have any updates, beloved. Duncan man shot after returning home from bank. Jimmy Carter wife is no more. Okay, we will take this right after that. Crime files, week of November 12th. There's a lot of crimes going on over there in Texas. What the hell is going on over there? Oh boy. Carlton mother accused of stabbing husband, driving car. I can do a whole research show on Texas only, man. Is that what that is? Is that in Texas? Is that, yes, Dallas. Tyrant. Where are you? Where's the update? Let me see this one. Dallas police officer shot serving warrant. Man, those guys are catching hell. Police officer shot while serving warrant. Is that the one? Track down helping Tyrion Mason killer. Amber Alert. Dallas serial killer sentenced to 4 life in prison for 4 murders. Missing woman's body. They've been finding out a lot of bodies lately, man. Okay. They are dead. I killed them. Suspect drunk driver told police he had 6 beer. 1 shot before. Oh, good grief. The hell is going on over there? All right. Dallas ISD teacher, assistant body identified. Again, cause of death pending. They keep finding bodies. People like, they are dying. Neighbors men say girlfriend died of cancer, but it was murder. Okay, and home was paranoid. Boy. Suspect wanted for stealing 38K from Buddhist temple. Oh, that's low, man. That's low. Just like those guys that are, swagger jacking from the church. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Okay, let me see. Crime file. Air show. I don't think... Okay, they don't have any update yet. And it's been a week, but they don't have anything. They don't have anything yet. Okay. See, Texas police assured as 8 days they don't have anything. Okay, they don't have any update yet. All right. They don't have anything. Dallas violent crime declines despite surge in murders. Yes. Violent crime decline, surge in murders. People are committed less violent crime, more murders. And then that's something that people need proud. Let me see what they are saying in this. It's something that's proud to declare. All right. I don't think they don't have anything else. Let's take Jimmy Carter, the last head of the eagle. His wife is no more. So, all right, let's keep on moving till we get there.
Federal investigators are looking into exactly why a small plane overshot a McKinney runway this weekend, slamming into a car. The McKinney Fire Department says the plane landed on the runway, then went through a fence and onto the road, hitting the car yesterday afternoon. 3 people were treated by first responders. Fox 4's Rebecca Butcher spoke with someone who saw the aftermath.
We saw the tail end of it. We didn't notice that it hit a car until we got closer and closer.
Carlos Wiggins is talking about a 2-seater plane that went off the runway while trying to land Saturday and crashed into a car driving along Virginia Parkway.
Those guys are lucky.
12:30 p.m. in McKinney at the Arrow County Airport. A passerby happened to take footage that captured the entire incident, which shows that plane, a single-engine Lancer 4P, crash landing, and then it went the length of the runway and through an airport fence. Wiggins saw the aftermath.
Honestly, it happened so fast. It happened so quick. We didn't notice it was a plane. we just seen a bunch of cars on one side.
The plane is registered to Ojos Aviation LLC, which is based in Midland, Texas.
Is it experimental?
The plane actually collided with the car on the other end, and we saw the person on the other end. They made it out safely, but they was laying on the floor. It was pretty crazy, a chaotic scene.
A chaotic scene that involved 3 people who were hurt. The McKinney Fire Department said 2 of them were from the plane and the other was from the car. 3 people were treated by first responders on the scene. 1 person was taken to a hospital with minor injuries. We have not confirmed if the person who was injured in the car was the driver or a passenger. The McKinney Fire Department said the plane was coming from Midland and was trying to make an emergency landing in McKinney. Wiggins was driving with an employee on his way to a moving job for a moving company he owns.
We both was like, this is unreal. You know, it was a pretty crazy scenario. And
okay, the brother owned a moving company. This is good. And it's very symbolic there. I don't know if he did this on purpose, but you can see the saint, you know, above his head. Let me see. The saint symbol. Well, no, not the saint. The saint football symbol. Great. All right. There we go. So it's already 5. Fleur de lis. Let me see. Oh, logo. Fleur de lis. Okay. New Orleans Saint. There we go. Really? This thing copy? Well, whatever. You got this stuff. I don't know why it did copy. I want something. Let me just type it in French. Fleur, which means flower. There we go. Fleur de lis symbol. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. There you go. This is probably the one that he had. Okay, Fleur de lis, the saint symbol. Okay, they're New Orleans saint. Okay, we know saint is us, saint is our people, saint is the beloved brothers and sisters of the Mighty One. And then it looked like a crown above the brother head. And I'm pretty sure he done this either on purpose or he just random. I don't know. But I myself, I'll give the Mighty One great praise, great glory, beloved. Give the Holy One praise and glory, okay? All right, the brother owned a moving company. Is that what that is? Is that what they said? Let me just hear what they said here.
Driver or a passenger. The McKinney Fire Department said the plane was coming from Midland and was trying to make an emergency landing in McKinney. Wiggins was driving with an employee on his way to a moving job for a moving company he owns.
All right, the brother was going to a moving job from a moving company that he owns. Okay. All right, this is good. This is good.
Investigation.
We hopped out. People hopped out.
Okay.
We got.
So that's good because I'm pretty sure pre-2019 it would have been super hard for our brethren to get those type of contract or those type of job because it is always they find somebody that would look like us. They give, but it looked like a crown. Okay, the brother being crowned, of course, it's a message to the nation. All right, and he owned a moving company. This is good, you know, and this is what we want. This is what we want to see. All right, we give the Mighty One great praise, great glory. Finally, some good stuff. Okay.
Got on the ground and got to see, you know, up close, but, you know, all in all, it was crazy. What was going through my mind was just like, you know, I hope everybody's safe and, yeah, this is going to be a story to tell.
Wiggins says he's thankful there were no serious injuries.
Okay, so can you imagine you call your ambulance, your insurance, and then they're like, what happened? You say, well, I got into a car accident. Okay, well, you know, what happened? I got hit by an airplane. What? Yeah, I was driving, an airplane hit me. But, sir, we do not cover accident related to airplanes. You know, so... And of course, we know what happened here, beloved. This thing keep happening so much, people just like, what's going on? Because everything changed. You know, there is a new type of energy out there, okay? Because why? Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And, we did serve for 100 years. 1619, 2019, right after 2019, the entire world went upside down. Ever since then, it can't go back up. Since 2019, 2020 kicks in, those people were locked out. The locked on the door got changed. They tried the whole key, it can't open. People are like, well, remember when we were in the lockdown and stuff? No, you were locked out. You cannot come back in. So in 2020, beloved, that's been 3 years later, do you feel things are back to normal? Now I want you to be real, beloved. I'm not saying this because, I want people to type in the chart or I want this. No, I'm just genuinely asking my people, do you feel that things are back to normal? Like things are so good, foods are 2019 price, gas is very cheap, and crime is low down. And when I say low down, I'm not talking about the cowboy crime. No cowboys in here, sir. That's not that low type of down. I'm talking about there's no more crime. The Gentiles are prospering. They are at peace. They are not moved. They are not dismayed. They are all right. They are doing okay. Do you feel that? Do you believe 2024, we're in November the 20th, so according to the Gentiles, the 83 calendar, we got less than 40 days. Is that what that is? 40 days? 40 days or more? 41 days, 41, 42 days to January 1st, which is going to be their New Year's. Do you believe in 40 days or 42, 43 days? When January 1st of 2024 kicks in here, do you believe things going to get back to normal? Do you believe that? Do you believe that in 2024, the 1 million people that we just see, they all will come back? No, I don't think so. Let's keep on moving. Now, Dr. Campbell, excess death. There we go. The good old Doc. I don't know how that guy's still alive, but anyway, and the excess death. Let's take a little excess death in 2023. This video came out 5 days ago, okay? All right, there's a new syndrome here, but we'll take this one, okay?
Well, welcome to today's talk, Wednesday, the 15th of November. Now, we're looking at information today from the United States, from the life insurance industry. Shows deaths in young adults in 2023 so far are 20% above what we would expect. So quite a high increase, and they do use quite strong words like the numbers are alarming, and I'll put the link to the news outlet.
You heard what they say? The numbers are alarming. When they say that, beloved, they are not talking about you and I. When something is somewhat alarming in our community, they keep it very quiet. They're like, don't tell them. In fact, push whatever is doing this damage onto them. Provoke this thing, supply this thing, support whatever they're doing this. But when it comes to things, it's alarming and stuff like that. Then again, beloved, they'll find a way to blame this stuff on the African American and black people are more susceptible to get the youth are killing each other. What about Chicago? Drugs, fentanyl, and meth. Since when are people do meth and fentanyl? Since like now, because we say it in this statistic report. Yeah, whatever, man. So let's listen to the good doc. We'll take a minute or two.
In the description. So this has somewhat caught the insurance industry off guard, and of course these guys are interested because it costs them a lot of money. The insurance payouts are higher than they would want.
That's the thing.
It is an industry, and I'm not.
Insurance don't want to don't want to pay point blank period. They really don't like that. And I wouldn't like this too if I own an insurance company, paying for people death and stuff like that. I was promised that the blessing was going to go forever. So no, and pay or stuff like that. Get out of here, man.
Knocking that life insurance is necessary. Just to give you some examples here, 15 to 19-year-olds. The percentage difference from 2019, well, a little lower, well, about 1% in 2018, up 1%, but that's just fluctuation. Okay, we could argue about the pandemic and being a little higher, but January to May in 2023, 24% increase. 30 to 34-year-old age group, again, the difference from 2019, and again, January to May, 23% increase so far for 2023. It's persisting. 40 to 44-year-olds, percentage difference, again, 2023 so far, January to May data, 25% increase. And it just seems incredible to me that this is not at the top of the political agenda and the mainstream news agenda.
Of course it
Now, the article doesn't give too much extra information, but...
Then again, beloved, because of the nature of this thing, because if we said anything, the algorithm would pick up, they'll say, well, you are giving certain medical advice, you are doing this, or you're trying to deny certain specialists, certain scientists, you're trying to take, and then they will block your video. That's what they'll do. So we will not say anything concerning whatever that they are saying here. We'll say our own stuff.
Causes of death show increasing cardiac mortality in all ages.
Okay, heart attacks. Okay, we did told you this. We said the moment the sun start microwaving those people, the moment you enter the summer, the number is going to come up in the winter, and what it did in the summer, those were gonna drop no more. They're going to be delayed because the sun is microwaving those people. Okay, it's not taking them out instantly, but after a few days or few weeks, few months, they just drop. And people are like, well, it's Jabba Jah, because they've been partying with Jabba the Hutt, and then they've been drumming with Jabba Jah and things like that. That's not what that is, friend. That's not what that is. We don't dive in conspiracy here. It is the sun microwaving those people. And you can see, beloved, right after 2019, the moment 2020 hit, and then the whole thing started getting worse. It get worse. It was at 1% in 2019 or 2018. 1% in 2023. It's at 24%. Excess.
COVID-related causes declined in 2022 and, of course, are now low in 2023, thankfully. Others rose, particularly stroke, diabetes, kidney and liver disease. Okay, so those things has nothing to do with natural stuff. It is the sun, the particles, the nucleus, the electrons, the atoms that are being changed in the body, because this thing is microwaving them and killing them, so to speak. Great glory. And concerningly, the Society of Actuaries poll, they seem to think that this is going to increase, or carry up, the death rates are going to...
It will. It must. It have to, beloved. It have to. It's not something that's going to either stop or slow down. It's just amazing. Like, those people just sit there. They act like we don't know what's going on. What about Ish in the Middle East? But Big Levi, you have to understand, man, we need to stand up and fight for Ish. We need to pray for them. We need to fight for this. We need to fight. We cannot, like I said, I'm done speaking about this thing. This is not my problem, man. I have to bring this upon the people's attention. Say, hey, our God is fighting for us. The mighty one is indeed in the midst. Those are the ones that they are not reported. We can see the shooting. We can see the killing. We can see the murders. We can see all of the stuff that happen around the world, especially here. But these things right now, the people that are dropping no more, we can see this, but the numbers they are bringing the numbers. Then again, we know when it comes to their numbers, they stifle it. Okay, when it comes to ours, they will make sure to blame, well, the African American community. Well, look at the African American community. Look at this. But in truth, this thing is destroying them. It will increase, beloved. Okay, do you agree? Am I making this up? Because I don't want to be this scumbag dude that always think like by myself. Do you think things will get better? Do you think this number will slow down? Do you think somewhat it will go back to that 1% when it was pre-2020, pre-2019? Do you think that?
To be higher in 2025 and 2026. So quite an overall pessimistic picture really from American life insurers there.
Okay, those are the life insurance, brethren. That's what they are saying here. Okay, let's go. Let's take another 30 seconds because I don't want to swagger the whole that video. Okay, let me go ahead and take and then we'll go back with study a little. Okay,
go on and give some detail from two sites in the UK. This is the Office for Health Improvements and Disparities, and then we'll look at something from our World in Data.
Okay, this is from the UK.
And again, we see that the increase in deaths is across all the age groups. So this first slide is excess mortality in England by age, and the age here is 0 to 24. The 0 line is along there. Dark is less deaths than we would expect. The lighter blue above the line is more deaths than we would expect, and we see that they've been higher in 2022 and into 2023 significantly. More light blue above the line than dark blue below the line.
Oh boy.
We see it in the 25 to 49-year-old age range. Again, really quite stark. Very few weeks here where the numbers are going down below what we would expect.
This is below what they would expect. See, the below or the bold blue. You see, only a few of it. Okay, look at 2021, man. You know, look at 2021. This thing peak 2020 peak. It keep peaking, dropping, peaking, dropping, peaking, dropping, peaking, dropping, peaking, peaking, dropping, peaking, dropping, peaking. Go up and down, up and down, up and down. Yo-yos.
This is the 50 to 64-year-old age range.
There's no dropping here.
And
it's
again,
all peaking.
Virtually no months where it's below average. Though.
No, there is no months here. It
50 to 64-year-old age range, and again, virtually no months where it's below average there.
Virtually no months. Let's go back to it. There was a car passing with music. Let me enlarge this. All right, look. You see those? This is the below average. 1, 2. That's 2 days. 3 days. 4 days. Out of 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2022, 22, and 23. Only 4 days in 3 years. The excess death for people that are age 50 and 64, only 4 days. They did not have an excess death. They had people where no more. But it wasn't something that wasn't out of the regular. And then you're going to sit there, you say, Big Levi, nothing is going on. And those Gentiles are prospering. They are about to bring Jacob's trouble. They are about to get together. They are about to send the military in the hood and gather our people and put us in camp and then gas us. FEMA gonna be there, do stuff. No. This is Esau's trouble. Do I have a beat here? Do I have a beat here? Do I have a beat? Oh crap, I don't have a beat. Oh man, let me see if I can add some of the whole song. I'm gonna let the doc speak. I'm gonna play this beat. Doc speak.
Old age range, and again, virtually no months where it's below average there.
Excess death.
This is the 65 to 74-year-old age range.
65 to 70.
Average typically. And there we see it mostly above average. Also
the excess death is in the mist.
To 84-year-old age.
Let's go by. This is the beginning.
Because it is an industry, and I'm not knocking life insurance necessarily. Just to give you some examples here.
Age 15 to 19, zero different from 2019. Why? 2019, we serve our 400 years. Now, right after that, if you look at here, 2018, they were dying less than 1%. 2020 kicks in, it kicks at 21. Reverse, which is the curse upon them, and then reverse it back, which is 12, blessed upon us. And 2021 is 28%. 2 plus 8 equal 10. Michael is in the midst. Then we go back to 2022, reverse. 21 curses upon them, yeah. Reverse it back to the blessing upon us, yes. 2023, January to May. It's already at 24. We don't have next. They have next. And the curses, hey. 83 is in trouble. 83 is in the scourge. The plague is upon them. The place is in the midst. Yeah, beloved brothers, excess death, let the dark go.
15 to 19-year-olds.
Yes.
The percentage difference from 2019. A little lower. Well, about 1% in 2018.
Yes.
Up 1%, but that's just fluctuation.
Excess of death. Yeah, excess death in the midst 83. Yeah, excess death, excess death in the midst of 83. Yeah, Michael is in the midst. Yes, sir. Excess death in the midst of 83. Excess death in the midst of 83. Ever since 2020, things go down the hill. Ever since 2022, those people get healed. Yes, the mighty one is in the midst. Michael is in the midst. Everything is in the midst. Protecting all the way around. We are here, baby. We are here. Give the mighty one great praise, great glory. Yeah. Man. I remember. Oh, where is it? Where's the beat that I'm looking for? Woo! Yeah. Let's shut you down, man. What's up with you, man? The only one that shut you down. Woo! Yeah. The Messiah shut you down. Yeah. Yeah. The Messiah shut you down. Down. Yeah. Holy Spirit will shut you down. Michael in the midst will shut you down. Raphael in the midst will shut you down. The 12 tribes in the midst, hey, will shut you down. Hey, the Messiah will shut you down. Hey, yeah, we shut you down. The Messiah shut this ish down, man. Yo, this is the Holy One, removing those people from our land. Give the Messiah praise and glory. Hey, the Messiah is in the midst. Woo! Shut you down. Yeah, hey. He said he will remove the northern army from our land. Yeah, he said he will remove those people from our land. 83 is out there. 83 is being delayed. 83 is being no more. 83 is being taken out. The Messiah is in the midst. The Holy Spirit in the midst. Brothers and sisters, dance joy, the mighty one with us. Brothers and sisters, dance joy, we all got next. We have the blessing, they have the curses. We are the generation that the curse end up with. We are the last generation that see the end of this. The mighty one is here. The angels are in here. The Holy Spirit here. The brethren are here. Enoch is in the midst. Michael is in the midst. Raphael is in the midst. Uriel is in the midst. Gabriel is in the midst. Our angel in the midst, guardian angel is in the midst. The Messiah is shut it down. Who's shutting this hash down? Yes, sir. Tell them TMH down. The Messiah shut you down. Hey, shut you down. The Messiah shut you down. Hey, hey, down. The Messiah shut you down. Hey, 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 down. The Holy Spirit shut you down. Hey, 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 down. The angels will shut you down. Hey, 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 down. Shut you down. Down. Shut you down. Shut you down. Everything is shutting down. Down. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Yes. Now, the good old doc, he's not lying here, man. The guy, he's telling you straight up that this hash is... Yes, sir. The good doc telling you this hash is alarming. Okay? Of course, beloved, you see, when they have things like that, they want to say, well, I see the most of the deaf, the most of the African American community. Black people, they are doing so much crack, fentanyl and meth and all the drugs, and that elephant tranquilizer. The xylazine, the trink, or the zombie drug, they don't say anything like that. Oh, well, most of the deaths are heart attack, sordid arrest of the cardiac arrest, liver problem. No. This thing is not being done by the jabbity jabber jab. That's not what that is. You people say, well, in 2020, whoever take the job, they only got 2 years to be no more. Well, it's 2023. It's been 3 years. That's what happened, man. It's the sun. Again, beloved, people are saying, well, big leaf, but what if they stay inside? Is that thing we're calling? Is that what that is? We call it? Yes, it is. But big leaf, what if those people stay inside? What's going to happen if they don't go in the sun? That has nothing to do. Whether they stay inside, they go outside, it's still the same thing. This thing going to microwave them. Why? It's not about the heat of the sun, Bridget. It's what's in the heat. It's not about the sun ray. It's whatever the product the sun ray is carrying. Now, this is how this thing works. You have things that this ray of the sun carry that are in the femto realm, that are in a femto size. Okay? That some of them are below the plankton. Some of them are in the plankton. Okay? Let me see. Femto size. Not synthesize, but femto.
Here's the definition of synthesize.
No.
Make something by synthesis, especially chemically.
There we go, man. Okay, 10 to the negative 15, or 1 quadrant, which means femto is incredibly small. Okay, atto size. Okay, the femto, the atto. Okay, plankton size, the plank size. Okay, is it K? H? No, I believe it's the plank size. Is that what that is? That's what this. No, not. Oh, okay. No, it's K. KH. What's below the plankton? What's below the is it HK? What is the smallest measurement? There you go, Planck mass. The smallest measurement is the Planck length, okay, below the Planck length, which is 0.16, 10 to the negative 35 meters, which is so small, light doesn't even exist there. You got things that are carried by the Planck, okay, and those things can penetrate walls. They can penetrate skin. There's anything that is anything that is femto can penetrate anything. So whether you stay inside, it will penetrate the wall, it will pass through the wall, it will get in your skin, it will get in your blood, and then it will just activate. If you're one of us, it will protect you. If you're not, it will go and it will block your artery, it will kill you. Okay? It will kill you. Okay? This is the Planck length. Okay, the Planck length. All right? It's so small that light, there are realms there. There are civilizations that are as small as the Planck realm. We got brethren that go there and see them. See those super civilizations that are there. Okay? All right? Crazy. And that's why whether they stay inside, they go outside, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's the smallest number possible. You got things that are 1 trillion times smaller than Planck. It's just scientists, they don't know the name of it, they haven't discovered yet. Okay? Whether they stay inside or whatever, this thing, okay? This thing will just literally pierce through the wall. So that's what happened. Let's keep on moving, beloved, okay?
Violent crime in Dallas is down nearly 12%. Police Chief Eddie Garcia explained that while murders are up this year, other major crimes are declining. But the chief says his department needs more officers, and finding them is a challenge. Fox 1's Brown reports.
No hish.
And we see our gun crime numbers going down. And we see our incidents, our violent incidents going down in the city as well.
Okay. Now, I don't know where those police officers live at. I've been doing such trouble for a while now. This is not true at all. There is no such thing as crime going down or whatever, violent crime or going down anywhere, nowhere in this country. You know why they are saying this? Because it is them doing that. It is them. We watch, beloved, there are more crime being committed out there. It's just like when it's us, it's not a violent, when it's us, it's a violent crime. Okay? A 2/3 go after another 2/3 because they had business and then one of them screw the other, and this 2/3 take care of business. This is a violent crime. 2/3 fighting, violent crime. 2/3 groups fighting each other, violent crime. A black man step onto another black man's shoes, the other black man got angry, called the police, violent crime. There is a domestic violence, a domestic dispute, I like to call it, okay, because there is no violence yet. They are disputing something, yelling at each other, sorting things out. They come, violent crime, because it is us. But when it's them now, you see them all over the news, then it's not a violent crime. We admit, though, there's a increase of murder, but not violent crime. What is a violent crime? Isn't murder a violent crime? No, well, it's not violent because the murder was done silently. The victim got choked, so it wasn't violent. It didn't suffer that much. Okay, so what is that? Violent is gang violence, shooting, and stuff like that. Most of the murders were done by poisoning. They were done by injecting people, stuff. Those are not violent crime. What? No, murder is a violent crime, no matter how it was done. But anyway, so let's keep on moving.
It's a testament to the work that the men and women are doing every day.
Violent crime in Dallas, according to Chief Eddie Garcia, is moving in the right direction.
I don't know where those people get this. Let's check the comment. Yeah, so is murder a violent crime? Not what kind of math? I don't know what those people are doing here. Okay? Lies, 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 lies. Because it's a lie. Because it's them now. They're going to have to change the narrative. Like, yo, what you're seeing out there, it's not violent crime. It's murders. But somebody got murdered here. That's a violent crime. Well, no, it's not. It's not a violent crime. But the guy that got that is a gang member. Oh, well, okay. Well, that's a violent crime. But when it's domestic violence, police officer taking their wives out, wives of the police officer taking themselves out, the 988, those are not violent crime. Get out of here, man.
Increase in murders. Garcia says aggravated assaults, what he calls essentially attempted murders, are down by nearly 8,000 from last year.
Because there's so much murder. How are you going? This is incredible. How are you going to charge someone that committed murder with attempted murder? He already committed it. What's going on here? How long we are into this? Good grief. All right. All right, let's give it another 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then we'll end up with part one. All right, let's keep on moving.
Really remarkable in light of the department having its lowest number of sworn officers in 3 years, hovering at 3,039 officers, down from the high of more than 3,600 officers before the pension crisis in 2016.
So if there's one tool you need to help us go even further, what is it?
Staffing. It's also ensuring that our men and
no,
women
no,
are
Hish, look at behind you guys. Look at behind you guys. There's nobody there staffing. Then again, beloved, they have to make sure the Negro in the midst, putting over there. So I'm sure this Negro here, I'm blaming everything on him, stuff like that. But let's keep on moving.
So they don't go elsewhere.
Numbers show the department lost 20 officers last month. The department shrinking as the city continues to grow. This weekend, members of the department traveled to Chicago in hopes of finding new recruits. Public Safety Committee Chair Karen
Those are the recruits? Those are police officers? I thought that was a kid, but anyway.
Mendelson joined the trip.
Really understand in a different way than I think I had previously how you're doing recruiting and what the challenges are with some of the candidates, and we'll be looking to add some policy changes and updates based on that.
One tool the city hopes will eventually help with recruitment is building a new police academy on the campus of UNT Dallas. It will need private funding combined with potential 2024 bond funding to make it happen.
Oi! Oh crap, man. I just don't know how you people do things. You see, whenever those folks need money to put our people in prison, to build more prison, to hire more police officer, they end up in a flash, in the back of an eye, they'll get it. So now those guys, they are trying to say like, okay, well, we can't find no money to get police officer or to build another brand new police station. You want to know why you guys can't find it? Because we are no longer your target. Because now, back then, crime was always 83, but we were the target. Crime was always, 83 was always the one that committed the most crime and the most violent crime. But we were the target. Now there's an issue. Now, the crime that 83 are committed are so rampant and it's so much more violent and it's much more often. The frequency is like it's not something that happens once in a while. It's like all the time. It's like now, every second there's a violent crime. So you're going to have to go after them now. Instead of going after some dude in the street walking around with his pants sagging. He's committed a violent crime. You go after him. You arrested him. You charge him with aggravated assault in a police officer. Resisting arrest. Those are violent crime. You charge them and then you put them in jail. For no reason. But you had time back then. Now, when you see one of those two-thirds walking around the street with their pants sagging, by the time you reach them, you already receive a call. There is a shooting death. There is a husband stabbing a wife. There is a wife blowing the head of her husband. So you now gonna have to stop that. You gotta go ahead and go save. And then the address that they give you is very well known to you. Either you arrest this guy for some weed or I don't know, just walking around, or you go save your family member or your friends. Now it's you. That's what that is.
Former Dallas City Councilwoman Jennifer Staubach Gates is working to raise the private funds.
So hopefully by the first quarter.
Since when you guys need to raise private fund when you want to do something for the police officers? Which mean the data that you have, the public is not interested in it because they see who's committed the crime. They see what's going on, so they don't want their children to go to prison. They don't want their children to go to jail. They don't want their children to be messed up. So they ain't gonna fund this thing. Although I understand a lot of you guys try to do this work as honest as you can be, which is contradictory, which is it's an irony right there, man. You guys are cops. You're not supposed to be honest. You're supposed to be ruthless. You're supposed to be ruthless upon our people, but you can't anymore because we are no longer under the curse. You are. So now you guys are struggling to find funds. How long we are... Oh my God, let's keep on moving.
Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter has died just days after entering hospice care. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Hansen. Her family announced earlier this year, that the 96-year-old was suffering from dementia. Her husband, former President Jimmy Carter, entered hospice care back in February. Mrs. Carter was a passionate champion of mental health, caregiving, and women's rights, and represented her husband on foreign trips. The couple was married more than 77 years. Fox's Rebecca Castor takes a look back at Mrs. Carter's life and legacy.
Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter was born in the small town of Plains, Georgia in 1927, the same place as her husband, the 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter.
So, of course, beloved, things like that, they were born in the blessing. Those are the people that were born in the blessing in the 20s. Things were good back then, you know. They were young, they married young because their parents already get them house and they get them cars and everything. Things were good, you know. The blessing was upon them. And you can see that. Let me enlarge this. You can see the photos, you know. They were so happy, you know, nice clothes, beautiful clothes. The military man, you know, she's like 15. I'd say at the time, 15, he was like 16. You know, they get married because that's what they do. They pass the wealth down to their children, and then they restricted our people for doing that. And then the blessing was in the midst, man. It was beautiful. Beautiful stuff right here.
I'd never doubted that he could be a great president.
Carter spent her time in the White House consulting with the president on both domestic and foreign affairs. She even attended cabinet meetings, sitting in any available seat. In 1977, she visited Central.
Hey, this thing has nothing to do with us. But anyway, they have to you gotta put them in there. That has nothing to do with that has nothing to do with us, but they put those kids in there. Show them shirtless, dirty, and stuff like that, you know? For all we know, this could be AI generated and Photoshop this in there. It could be, you know, because when you look at the eye, the expression of the kids, he's not looking at her. He's not looking at her. This kid is looking at him. Those kids are looking down. This kid is looking over there. And she looked like she's about to grab that kid, but it's what? The photo looked weird. But anyway. Oh, whatever. That has nothing to do with us.
In South America as the president's personal representative, holding high-level meetings with leaders on issues like human rights, beef exports, and drug trafficking. But the First Lady's lasting impact is the role she played as the honorary chair of the President's Commission on Mental Health.
That was the beginning of a lifelong crusade for me to try to help make life better for people with mental illnesses.
So it did, well, I don't know, 1970 something, 1977, 1972, 1975. I don't know when Nixon, the fellow, Jimmy Carter was president. From whenever this woman was in the office, did mental illness or mental health improve? Did it improve now? Nancy Reagan just say no. Did it work? Well, it worked for us. Just say no is another word. When we say no, we get thrown in jail. Like one brother mentioned in one of the comments, say, ironically, the Gentiles, they put our people in jail for not doing drugs. They put the addicts in jail for like 10, 20, 30 years, which saved their lives. Put them in jail in 5 years and 10 years. You know, you are in jail for 5 years. You don't do crack anymore for 5 years. You literally detox. And then when you get out, you don't do these things. That's why crack is not a huge thing. It was. Anyway, let's keep on moving with this thing, man.
Mrs. Carter's work resulted in the final report recommending the implementation of the largest reform of mental health legislation in close to 3 decades. She also established a new normal for all First Ladies, a staff in office in the East Wing of the White House. After leaving Washington, she spent her time helping others, serving more than 20 years on the board of the Carter Center in Atlanta and building houses for Habitat for Humanity with the former president, leaving a lasting legacy. She was one of several female family members of past presidents honored by then First Lady Michelle Obama at a Mother's Day event at the...
Oi, all right, man. It's just, it is, what is it? What is it with you freaking 83? You guys can't do nothing on your own. What's that have to do with anything? What is this? What am I seeing here? Why they have Michelle in this? Is that of course Michelle is Michael? What is this? Is that what going on here? You people try to confuse the hell out of Big Levi because I don't like being confused, man. What is this? What's that have to do? Mother's Day. What the hell is that? Why do I care for? What's going on here? Is that what that is? You people trying to you have nothing to say about this woman. She was a complete failure, just like her husband. And then now you're bringing Michelle, that it has nothing to do with us. But anyway, bring somebody that look like us and like, black folk were in it too.
White House in 2010. Through it all, Rosalynn was by her husband's side during his cancer battle and recovery.
Okay, so as you can see, beloved, those folks, they live the blessing. They die old age. Okay, they died 96 years old. She died 96 years old. Carter was no more since last February. They just don't want to say it. What the illusion they want to portray here, beloved, they want to tell you that the wife entered hospice to drain, excuse me, her mother, her husband, which entered hospice in February. Somehow, she went before him. He's still there. Somehow, the wife is no more, but there is no sign of Jimmy Carter giving any statement to the news or nobody saying anything about him. That is because Jimmy was gone, and even before last year, even before this year, Jimmy is being gone for a long time. They just don't want the people to know what's going on, because what we know over here, the Queen was one head of the ego, Pope Benedict over there was one head of the ego, and Jimmy Carter was the other head. So all the three-headed of the eagle is no more. They don't want to announce it. That's why the power they have, this ego is flightless. There's no more powers. Now they're announcing, well, the wife, she got there, 2 days after, and she's no more. Okay, well, all right then. What about Jimmy Carter? Jimmy Carter. What? Jimmy. Who? Jimmy Carter. I'm sorry, who are asking for it? The former president, Jim Carter. What do you mean by Jimmy Carter? Is he all right? Huh? Is Jimmy Carter okay? We'll take your question, we'll investigate, and then we'll come back to you.
We've had an outpouring of support and prayers. In spite of all that's going on, it's been really kind of wonderful just to know that we have that kind of support.
The Carters were married for more than 75 years. They built a family with 4 children and nearly 24 grand and great-grandchildren.
Okay, this is what they do. Okay, they pass on the wealth to their children. They got 24 grandchildren. And what do they do? They tear up our family. They separate the men from the women. And then they make the man marry his money. They make the woman marry her job. And we don't have big families like that anymore. And the one that have big families like this are the 2/3. A 2/3 man, bad gene, bad habit, going around sleeping with all the whatever 2/3 women he can find. He got like 14, 15 kids. He can't even take care of himself. Those are the people they put in their TV shows like he's the father. He is not the father. But our powerful brothers, the brothers that they are very successful, they condition those brothers to marry their money. And then when they reach Jimmy Carter age, if that is because a single man with no kids, very rare they will reach age 96. Very rare. Because at one point, once you're in your 50s, you want to start looking at your family differently. That is, if you have family. And at one point, if you do not have family, there's something that is automatically, something that is naturally, and you will die, and it will decrease your life span, and then you'll die because you have nothing to live for. See, children, they are somewhat, they are hope, a reason for you to live. Some people would have gone a long time ago because it for the children's like, man, I gotta stay for my daughter, I gotta stay for my son, I gotta stay. Certain people that fall in depression, the only reason they don't die 988 because of their family, because of their kids. But if you don't have one, you're like, hey, I don't have any kids, I don't have nobody and stuff. Hey, pick up the phone, dial 988. Nobody gonna miss me. I don't miss no one. Life, I enjoy it. I do this, I do that. That's what they do. They have big, huge family, and then they forbid our people to do the same. Well, it's, you guys enjoy the blessing, man.
Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
All right. Well, we got that out of the way. And they are pretending, they didn't say anything about Jimmy. They didn't say, oh, well, the husband is still alive. And so they didn't say Hish about Jimmy. Who they say Hish about? Excuse me. Who did they bring in the miss? Michelle. All right, then.
Correspondent Jorge Ventura joins us live with more on this spate of attacks on officers. Jorge?
Natasha, the Austin Police Department...
You know, they could have just called the dude George, but they have to put the word whore in there. Well, anyway, Jorge.
Announcing that their senior officer, Jorge Pastor, was killed in a line of duty in...
Okay, all right. This is what I despise with the news. Hey, what the hell is this? Is it the guy name that is reported? His name is Jorge, right? Is that what that is? Is that what's going on? Is that what you pronounce it? Jorge, which is George for George in English, but some reason this thing is written George, but they pronounce it in Spanish. Jorge Ventura, and somehow the police officer that got capped, his name is also Jorge. You guys could have said back to you, George, and George would have said thank you. The police officer that killed, his name is Jorge. Would that make a difference? But whatever, man. Let's listen to this.
Announcing that their senior officer, Jorge Pastor...
Okay, another pastor. Is that what that is? Is it the same guy? It seems like it's the same guy. Jorge, but the dude that's reported...
killed in a line of duty in the early morning.
In the first video, they refer to the dude as Jorge Pastore. Now this dude tell me his name is Jorge Pastor. Is it two different officers? Is that what that is? Is that what you people are doing over there? Or is it the same guy that got blasted when we had the first video? Is that... Okay, let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving.
20 hours on Saturday. It happened when officers responded to a 911 call of a stabbing in South Austin. Now,
it is the same guy. So, yeah, man. You know what? Hey, I really don't have time for this, man. Let me keep moving to the next video. This dude name is Jorge Ventura, reporting on Jorge Pastore. Ventura Pastore. What does the name Ventura mean? Is that what that is? Is there a message here? Define the meaning of Ventura. Fortune, luck, venture. Yes. Good fortune. Okay. Pastore means shepherd. Good fortune. What does George mean? What does the name George means? Farmer. Good luck, farmer. All right, the land. You know, you can't farm without the land. Earthwork. Okay, good message right here. Thank you, Jorge Ventura, or good fortune to the land, good fortune to the farmers of the land, and then the other one said good fortune to the shepherd. Now that is good. That is the message right here. So yeah. All right. So, you know, Big Leaf, I don't like to be confused. How long we are into this? Nothing is recorded. Let's keep on moving to the next one.
What do you make of Detroit police releasing the suspect and not filing any charges?
Yeah, it's obviously a curiosity. You know, this is way from the beginning of whether or not it's domestic violence, perhaps, or if it is a hate crime. And, you know, we don't have any idea right now, I don't think, based on police information, they're not releasing much. The suspect that they had evidently was in Kalamazoo. They obviously traced him there. They obviously had some information linking him to her. And I think there was some information about some inconsistent statements, ambiguous statements that he was making. And evidently they held him as long as they could. I'm not sure exactly what the laws are in Michigan but they held him in without bringing charges. That doesn't mean that the investigation is not continuing, obviously. So we're still out in the cold right now.
What do we know about the individual, his relationship to the victim, and what reasons police did have to initially arrest him?
Yeah, that I don't know. I mean, other than there was some linkage to this individual, and they followed him, tracking down.
Anyway, so there's, Obama praises end of Hollywood strikes. The peak of journalism on 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. I got nothing to say about this. I'm already super tired, and yeah, I don't know, man. Let's keep on moving.
The dead body of their special needs son in the freezer, which wasn't found until nearly 3 months after by the new homeowners.
Ooh.
WDH's Sarah Dixon joins us live in the newsroom with the latest.
All right, then. So I'm just gonna leave this here for the people to tell us what the hell is going on here. Is that the news is very funny lately? But anyway, those two names, Dixon and Reinker, Mr. Dixon here, the priest. Oh, what's going on? Somebody text and stuff. So let me let the nation type it in the comment board. See what's going on here. All right,
tonight, Aaron.
Michael, today a judge in Henry County issued Michael and Karen Halstead a bond of $175,000 each in a case where...
If there is anything that's so confusing nowadays, it is the news. It seems to me the guy reporting, his name is Michael. Is that what that is? His name is Michael Ranker. And the guy that did the crime, his name is also Michael. We already encountered a bunch of Michael just on a few videos, okay? Let's listen to this again because I don't want to confuse the nation. I am confused. All right, let's listen.
A Wiregrass couple is behind bars in Henry County. They're accused of putting the dead body of their special needs son in the freezer, which wasn't found until nearly 3 months after by the new homeowners. WDH's Sarah Dixon joins us live in the newsroom with the latest tonight. Aaron.
Michael, today a judge in Henry County issued Michael and Karen Halstead a bond of $175,000 each in a case where Michael told the judge that he is to blame for this incident.
Okay, so this is Michael right there, reporting by Aaron, which is the Michael in the studio. This dude is Michael, okay?
Michael told investigators that he was taking care of his 19-year-old son, Logan, who suffered from spina bifida.
Okay, the son of Michael is 19. You know what to do.
Their home on Bradford Drive in Headland. He says that Logan had an accident at the house, so Michael left the room to get things to clean up the mess. But when he returned, Logan was not speaking, and Michael declared his son dead. He then told investigators that everything then went hazy, and he doesn't know how the body got into an unplugged freezer in their backyard. Earlier this month, Michael allegedly made the Headland Police Department aware of the body being in the freezer, but officers weren't able to locate the body.
Okay, this is not a violent crime, and for some reason the guy that did this is not a monster.
Sunday, the new homeowners were cleaning out their home when they discovered the body. Now Michael and his wife Karen, who Michael tried to hide the whole incident from, are charged with corpse abuse.
Very tragic, very kind of horrific.
There you go, the name Eric again. It seems there's a lot of police officers named Eric. All right, Eric and Michael.
For a situation like this, especially to involve a child and parents, has definitely kind of caught us all off guard.
Now the preliminary autopsy in the case has been conducted, and they were not able to determine a cause of death. However, investigators say this case is still under investigation, and depending on what comes from the full autopsy of the body, Michael and Karen Halstead could be facing murder charges.
Oh boy. Hey, all right, well, let's keep on moving, man. Michael always in the mist, man. How long? Should we stop here? Okay, well, I think we're going to stop here. Should I move in? It's already 6 for me. I got to do it. Wait, is my alarm? If the alarm ring, you know what? Let me just Let me just keep on moving with this. Let me just keep on moving.
Family of one of the victims says it was a murder-suicide. 10 News reporter Sydney Jacksteimer kicking off our live team coverage tonight. She's been working for you to identify the teenagers and learn more about this heartbreaking crime. So sad, Sydney.
Yeah, well, John, Rachel, family and friends tell us it was Serenity Hawley and Cronny Monk who were the two teenagers found dead inside of this Blacksburg parking garage. Now, there's already been a makeshift memorial out here with flowers, teddy bears, and notes honoring the two teens.
She was a great kid. I couldn't ask for a better child. I mean, she was just amazing.
Oh, that's the teenager that got killed by her boyfriend, and then the boyfriend killed himself too. And she's 14. Is that what that is? So now when you were watching Mr. Dr. Kimball, the excess death, she's part of the statistics too, okay?
Everything was falling into place for Serenity Hawley. She had been accepted into Virginia Tech and was just 2 days away from turning 18 until an ex-boyfriend of hers, Cronny Monk, shot and killed her in a Blacksburg parking garage, then took his own life, according to Serenity's family.
She was just very vivacious. I mean, she was larger than life, and to know that she's gone is just unreal.
Blacksburg police say both of the teens were students at Blacksburg High School. Serenity's parents say she was an excellent student and involved in lots of after-school programs.
At school, she got into DECA and Young Life.
Serenity's mom says she learned about an incident between her daughter and Cronny about a month ago from the school, but never thought this would happen.
The biggest thing is...
What the hell is this? So the 8-6, I have to stop here.
To watch for those red flags. Don't ignore or think that this wouldn't happen to your daughter, because I would have never in a million years thought that.
Okay, so we'll stop here. Is that part one? Not quite sure if this is part one or part two. I believe it's part one. And we'll stop. We'll go to part two later on. Shalom.